That's right back, Charlie. That's right.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Man. Come on. And as Ian Wright said there, people deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal fan show business. Personally, while I love what we've been doing this season and definitely the result yesterday, I'm tired of offering my opinions. So I've got 3 opinions I rate very highly on the show. So yeah, man, what you lads say, man? Let's talk Arsenal. Let's talk everything, man. How you lot moving? Don't be shy, man.
We're good, innit? Look, everyone's smiling. Everyone's good. Everyone's good.
It's been a good 24 hours still. I think we've all had the highs of the penalty shootout. So yeah, I'm still riding off of that one.
Let's jump straight into it then, man. What did you lot make of the Porto game? Take the floor, lads. Don't be shy.
Bit dead. Like, do you know what? You know what it is? I feel like everyone expecting 5s and 6s, but let's be realistic. Europe's a different story. You know what I mean? And we saw in the first leg what Porto were capable of. And they're a decent team. You know, a lot of people, because it's Arsenal, it's just Porto, you should knock them out. It's Arsenal, we deal with that. But,
they weren't saying that after the first leg, though.
You know what I'm saying? But, there were a couple of good performances. Like that Wendell had Saka on lock, I will say. So I was a bit concerned with all that. I was thinking, raw. But listen, that goal before half-time, I think people, underestimate what that meant. Had we have gone to half-time 0-0, I think that game's completely different. I feel like they've gone in half-time and suddenly their team talk has changed. They kind of thought, okay, cool, how are Arsenal going to play it now? And everyone's expecting Arsenal to go and score 2, 3, 4. But 1-0 is a dangerous scoreline. We're already 1-0 down. So had we have gone forward, we saw the chance that I think Conceição had. That's when the nerves start coming because 1 goal we're out. So I think Arsenal were kind of a bit like, all right, cool, let's just chill, take it easy. Extra time they tried, but it went to pens. Listen, main thing is we're through, bro. Like the performance is irrelevant. Before the start of the season, me personally, I want a quarterfinal minimum. We're here. Let's enjoy. Forget what these fans are saying. We should be like you, DG. Man, come top off and ting. You know what I'm celebrating. That's the energy we know, but it's true. Like, let's enjoy it. Let's celebrate it. Don't let no one tell us about, you just Porto. No, we're through. We're in the quarterfinals, man. Anything can happen now.
Man, been there since 14 years, man.
No, do you know, I want to agree on that, because obviously we can pick apart the performance. We should have done this. We could have went that way. But the positive are, in 14 years, we're in the knockout stage of the Champions League. I think that was Arteta's 6th attempt at a knockout game in the Champions League. And we finally got it. We finally nailed it. We got a win. And the biggest positive for me, we have a goalkeeper that can save penalties. We got a keeper who's a handyman, a legit handyman. Of course, we've seen Rams on many shootouts. I don't know. He's a good shot stopper, but when it comes to penalties, he just couldn't get it done. But Raya there, he saved 2 penalties. He got his fingers to the 3rd one. That's a good sign. A good keeper can be the difference between winning the Champions League or winning a cup game. And that right there, we've got it. Our 4 penalty takers. Havertz, Rice, Ødegaard, Saka, on point. They've been practicing those spot kicks at the...
Saka's penalty was wavy, man. It's the least he could have done yesterday.
So I'm going to take that positive. I'm going to take that positive that we've got a keeper. We got through the game. On to the next one. We're going to learn from there. I felt some of the players had a bit of nerves because of the occasion, but, next time, I thought we'd be even better than that.
Fair enough. Monk,
yeah, man.
What's your thoughts, man?
I like we all doing it. In Champions League, like you're saying earlier, it's a different game. And for me, it was good to see we could play and win differently. Win the hard way, you know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna come against teams further on in the comp that it's gonna be a lot more closer. And those definitive moments, penalties, keeping a cool head, Trossard with the goal, like those are the small margins that win you stuff, win silverware. You know what I'm saying? And I was impressed. Because we've got a lot of PTSD from the past, right?
Oh yeah, last season against the Portuguese side at the Emirates, man.
When we got to penalties, I know everybody felt the same way, innit? Like, oh, this is where it goes wrong. The soft underbelly
50-50,
again,
man. It's a lottery essentially when it gets to pens, man.
But we've got to have a lot more faith in the team we got, man, because they've showed us time after time it's different. You know what I mean? And yeah, positive stuff, man. Really enjoyed it.
So how bullish are you lot on our Champions League prospects then? Obviously, we're into the quarters. We don't know who we're going to get until Friday. What, can we go all the way, lads, or what?
Give me Real. Give me Real, man. Yeah? Give me Real.
I was saying Barca.
I don't know about you lot, but right, cool. You want the easy path, but at this stage, no one's easy, right? I think we perform better against teams that really want to, come out and do something. I feel like someone like, let's look at Real Madrid this season. All right, they've got the experience in midfield, Bellingham playing amazing. I look, DJ's looking at me like, what, are you mad?
Yeah, no, man, it's Real Madrid. I hear it, but it's Real Madrid, bro.
I'm not saying something, but this is what you're in the Champions League for. These are the games we want. Like, we had the group of Lons and all. I don't want Sevilla and them lot. That's why I was so angry. If I'd have been vexed if we went out to Porto, because I want these big games. And come on, I don't know which one of us is going to go to Emirates, but the experience, you're going to watch Real Madrid versus Arsenal, Rice versus versus Modric, and we want to see this young team we have against these. These are the benchmark teams that we want to play against. You know what I mean? So you want to see the midfield battle. What, Rice up against Kroos and Modric with Valverde?
This is just scaring me, man. I hear you, you're right, but I'm just getting shook.
You're getting scared, but I'm excited by it. Like,
I'm excited and shook. It's just like Real Madrid.
Nah, bro. What? Saliba, Gabriel come up against Vinicius. I can't remember who else they played.
Can't lie, Saliba looked nervous yesterday, but it's cool, man.
We're not going to talk about my guys.
Yeah, the occasion.
Everyone has an off day and that, But listen, but I think it's one of them where I'm excited by that. Don't go wrong. I don't want City. I'm going to say it clear. I don't want City. I don't want an all-English tie in the quarterfinal at all. I want to see them get a hard time. Yeah, I want Real Madrid. If you want some easier, I think Barcelona we could beat. I think they've got decent.
You get revenge for 2006, man. I'm on that.
Of course,
yeah, that's who I want.
But I don't think there's anyone to fear apart from maybe Man City. Inter are a tricky one. I think Inter have got a lot better over the last couple of years.
Inter away is not easy, man.
Yeah, he's done a great job there. But
after yesterday, of course, we're going to ride on a high that we've made it through. We can compete at this level. But before we get to the Real Madrids, before we get to the Munichs, I would want another test, maybe an Atletico, maybe a Barcelona, just to get that good performance under our belt, that solid performance, and then we go into the big boys. Are we ready for Madrid yet?
Not Atletico.
That's what I'm talking about.
Borussia Dortmund. Just before we go into the big boys, so I think we need an interim step just before we can say it. Because
I hear that. I'm with that.
Do you know what? I wouldn't want to waste the next stage on a dead team. I would want to play someone.
No dead teams in this round of the Champions.
No, but you get what I mean. Compared to Real, Bayern Munich, those teams also, they're going to come out to play us. They're going to come and play us. They're not going to do the low block thing. They have to be honourable. You know what I mean? Show attacking flair and all of that because their fans want it. Whereas these other deader teams, they will play the low block.
They're going to come for it. Barca are going to come to it. They're not going to fall back. Barca will come at us.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's
a good middle step before the Madrid.
And also, I hear what you said about Real Madrid in the latter stages, but do you really want that team when it comes to the final? We know Real Madrid in finals and semi-finals. As the later stages, no matter what form they're in, we saw it against Liverpool, winning 1-0 when Liverpool had that great team. You kind of want to get these teams now. Just catch them cold, should I say? You know what I'm trying to say? So it could work reverse as well. You know what I mean?
If we get Real Madrid,
man, but I hear it.
If we get Real Madrid and we duppy them, then the confidence is just sky high. We can take anybody.
Big if.
You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm wearing
big if. You're right.
Look, this I want Real. Give me all white. Come on, bro.
It'll be a repeat. It'll be a repeat of 2006 when we beat Madrid at the Bernabeu. Then we went on to the final to first Barcelona. So history could repeat itself. We did it before in the quarters. We could do it again.
Yeah, Thierry Henry then, man.
You know what?
The
way you know what, DG, your question for you. Who do you really fear, though, in the next round? Because we're saying these teams, DG's like,
I fear everyone, man. Everyone's here because they earned the right, man. And as you know, the champs, it's on your day, man. For me, it comes down to the fine margins because really and truly, we should have we should have gone into the second leg, 0-0. But fortunately, we got over and done with, man. I think what's been the case this season for Arsenal in the champs and in the Premiers, when we've lost, there's been a handful of times where we haven't actually played that bad. You know what? Fulham away was terrible. West Ham in the League Cup was terrible. Other than that, we shot ourselves in the foot. And I'm happy that we went through, but I still think we've got a bit of that naivety. That's why I hear the comments about the interim steps. But then I also hear what you man are saying, that in theory, you play these better teams, you get through, then it's all gravy, man. And for me, it is what it is. I'm scared of everyone. It's the Champions League. The later you go on in the tournament, the more difficult the ties get, man. So I don't know. And also, we don't know what the climate's going to look like. We don't know who's going to get injured. We don't know what, a couple of good performances or bad performances could do with us. I don't think we need to just calm down, man. I think we got to be easy. And we're going to need Starboy to stand up to be counted if that's the case, man. I'm shook, but I'm excited as well. So I'm
shook. I'm shook, but I'm excited, and I think we can beat anyone on our day.
I do want Barcelona, though. I can't lie. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, I want them because I think they could be got. I even think PSG could be got at killing Mbappe or not. I don't want to play City, don't want to play Inter, don't really want to play Real Madrid because they've got that, but you can't avoid everyone. And we know on Friday we're going to get the toughest test. City are going to get the shittest team. We're going to get the most difficult one. We've seen this football script before, man. In my opinion.
Who are the other two teams to go through?
I think PSV Dortmund tonight.
Yeah.
Inter Milan, Atletico. Do you know? I like the idea.
Inter's a shooting.
I like the idea of PSG though, because after we saw Newcastle had them up at St James's, like
they could get done at the Emirates. I can't lie.
Yeah, exactly. They can get done at St James's. We can do the same.
But it's nervy away from home, though, man. For me, it's the away legs, man. And it's like the Porto game for me. I actually think their game plan didn't work because they went out, but they kind of stifled us, man. You know, the ball wasn't in play that much. Obviously, we couldn't play that free flowing football. Obviously, we made it happen, innit? But that's now the test for the boys because generally in the Champions League, apart from Lons away, nobody's really tried to stifle us. Everyone's tried to play us off the park, and obviously that's not going to end well, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
To be fair with Porto, it was literally the last 30 seconds. We held out. We held out all the way to 93 minutes and a half. It was the last 30 seconds. Like, you could say it was a pretty successful game plan, but of course the scoreline's going to tell the story. But we was 30 seconds off from it working, so it wasn't that bad. Yeah,
but remember, we gave the ball away 3 times in quick succession before that banger. Yeah. These are the fine margins that go for or against you in the champs, and it's only going to get worse, bro. I ain't trying to raid on our parade. It's just I've seen what it takes to win the champs, man.
So DG, who would you realistically want to play next then? What, PSV or?
Yeah, PSV, man. PSV, Dortmund, one of them kind of teams there. And let's just keep it moving. Like, let's just go through and keep it moving quickly, man. Like, I don't mind playing Real Madrid and that, but you naturally want to avoid these teams. You know, I have a feeling we're going to draw City personally, man. It's just written in the script. Can we even draw them? Like, an English team can now. So I think we're getting City personally, man. I think the football gods are just gonna write that one, but don't know, man. What, you look more confident on the Prem or the champs?
Prem,
because allegedly we're top of the table. I don't look at the league table. I don't know.
I think champs for me. I still think we are top, but I look at the league table and I've been looking at the fixtures. I keep going over them, and there's certain fixtures that still concern me as an Arsenal fan. I'm sure you guys are the same. Like
such as
Tottenham away.
United away,
still
100%. We don't travel.
The biggest one for me, Man United. I don't care what anyone says about their form. Old Trafford does something with Arsenal. I don't know what it is, and I look at that one. I think Brighton away, they're a bit off at the moment. I think we can handle that. Villa at home, I think, but the Man United and Tottenham away, big concern for me. Big. If we beat City, then I won't be as. I think the confidence we'll get from that will go on, whatever. But Man United away, big, massive for me.
That's where it's at for me, man. I think if we beat Man City, Liverpool and Man City both can drop points. We all got to play Tottenham. Tottenham are notoriously good at playing Man City.
Unfortunately.
Liverpool can drop points against a team like Wolves or someone like, you know what I mean? Liverpool are not sure.
Their fixtures, Liverpool's are probably the most favourable of everyone's, though, man.
They are. I agree with that.
Do you think? I don't know. I think
slightly. What, they got Spurs at Anfield? They do them. Anyone they got at Anfield, I think they'll get it done, man. Even though it seems like we're getting to that point of the season where it's just about getting results. You know, City have had a couple where they've got last-minute winners. Liverpool got one against Burnley. It weren't quite last-minute, but we found it against Brentford. I'm nervous, man, because it's just a shootout now. Like, 28 games played, 10 games left. We do our job. You know, we've ended the hoodoo. But it's easier said than done.
I think City got easier fixtures, you know. Like, you look at United, Liverpool, still got Fulham away, Everton away, United away.
I think they got Palace. That's where my hopes are for Liverpool.
Palace away, West Ham away, Villa away. I still think it's these away games. They're the tricky ones, man.
Yeah, but they're getting their players back now, man. Salah's back. Trent's apparently coming back. They're getting their guys back.
Still, I don't know. I think it's tricky because you got to remember these teams are still going for things as well.
True.
You know what I mean? You could go play Villa now, and Villa have got a beat. Was it second from last game of the season? They've got a win to get this.
Yeah, but this is when Emre starts bottling, man, as you saw against Spider-Man. This is when Emre shows himself.
We've seen it before. We've lived it.
Exactly.
We've lived it with Emery.
Exactly, man. We of all people know what Emre's on.
I think if City beat us, God forbid it, I think that's it. I think it's a wrap. I think if they beat us, they're on that run from there, I think. But
so, the one thing with Liverpool that I'm not sure on is that from about November, they've had that luck. They've had that last minute goal, turn it around. And I've been saying since like November, it's gonna run out. It's gonna run out. Now we're in March, and I'm still waiting for it to run out. So any time now, any week now, they're just not gonna get the position. They're not gonna get that favour.
It can with Liverpool though. It can.
I'm waiting. You can't luck it the whole season. You can't, or can you?
But could they argue Arsenal or due that?
How much luck have we had?
I think we had our little dip.
Yeah, we had a
but they would say we've had a favourable. On reflection, I know we beat Liverpool, but people could say we've had a favourable run of recent fixtures. Definitely coming out of December. Obviously, we've had to earn the right to win it. We've done it in dramatic fashion. But West Ham, Burnley have been crap. Palace have been crap. Forest have been crap. Brentford are not the Brentford initially when they came in. So being devil's advocate, people could throw that to Arsenal. Surely.
But these are fixtures that if you look last season. Okay, you know, like you think West Ham away, normally tricky, right? They're missing Paqueta.
Yeah,
but those are games where it's normally tighter. We went and just swiped the floor with him. And
that's what I mean. It's how we went about it. You know what I mean?
I think professionals scored early, finished them. You know what I mean? Fire drew at half time. You know what I mean? So,
I think Brentford's been the only game this season where you was on the edge of your seat, like, oh man, obviously other than the only Premier League game, you was on your seat, going to the last minute. This might not go our way, but we still got it done. Liverpool have had that pretty much. Every other game, it kind of seems like
every week, really and truly.
Pretty much.
That's interesting. All right, so what would you, assuming we don't win the Premier or the Champs, would you not say this is a successful season for Arsenal? Gotta ask difficult questions, lads.
In certain aspects, yeah, but then everybody, I think we've all built up as fans for silverware this year, innit? I think the disappointment of last season, the next step is to win silverware. So I think it will be we will be judged on that. But if you're looking at how we're playing, the strength of the squad, the bench is looking all right. We got players coming back. Like we're in a good way, and we've been doing good stuff. But it just depends on the individual and what you think success is at the end of the season. But for me personally, I need silverware, innit? Like this year. You know what I mean? I think we've built up to it naturally. That is the next step in the evolution.
If Arteta doesn't deliver this year, would you say Arteta out if he doesn't deliver this year?
No. Obviously, context is key. If we do a madness, we completely fall off a cliff, and we're not playing free flowing football, and all the positives that all four of us could talk about with Arteta, if they somehow were erased, then yeah. But for me, it would be a thing where you just have to have a meeting now, Mikel Arteta. You're doing great stuff. It's just about that next step. You've done the rebuild. We're one of the envious teams in European football. Everyone loves what we're doing. It's just, can we take it from here to over there? And maybe next season, if we're saying the same things, then it's got to end, man, because ultimately we've got to move towards silverware. The man himself says it. I wouldn't necessarily, as I said, I wouldn't kill him if he was to not win something this year. But I think with every year that we keep doing this, like last season and this year, at some point we're gonna have to see the fruits of the labor, man. If that makes sense.
You know what it is with Arteta though? He does these other little things like breaking the 14-year curse, beating City when we ain't beat City in ages, beating Liverpool when we ain't beat Liverpool in ages.
Everton away.
Everton. These normal games where they just every year we're just dead with it. He's managed to sort something out, and that along with transfers. Name me a transfer that's gone wrong apart from Willian. You know what I mean? Most of them have done their bit. Cedric, whether that's Tomiyasu, even Kivior now, innit? Kivior was looking like dead food, and now all of a sudden he's Champions League material.
Yeah, William was Arteta. 100%.
William was Arteta.
His hit to miss ratio is definitely positive. Like from when he's definitely got better at that from when he walked in the door. In hindsight, it was probably stopgap sort of signings, not to alleviate any pressure on him, but you kind of got what you paid for. But as Monk said, you know, the Tommy Asu's, the Rices, I know he's injured, but the Timbers, the signings are working out. You know, Kyrgios coming into form at the right time. Nobody has a thing to say about Havertz, Raya. Well, in fact, that's a good one. And I meant to ask you lot of that. Do you lot think Raya's convinced Arsenal fans now?
Yes,
especially after Ramsdale against Brentford.
100%. 100%.
I think this
jury's not out on Donny at all.
Now, do you know what is? I was watching the video again of Ramsdale when he was talking about this, when the madness that he gives.
You can't concentrate.
Bro, I was getting vexed. So literally, just before this, I'm listening to him like, that's why I don't like you, you know. And you know, no, but as a goalkeeper, you have them games.
It is concerning hearing that.
You know what I mean? You might not do that. You can see Ian Wright's face as well. He's like, bro. Like,
he's shocked. He's shocked.
You know what I mean? You're a keeper. And for me, I look at Raya. When he first came, he was a bit shaky. But I think that's because you're a bit unsure whether you're coming or going. So, you know, as a goalkeeper, I don't play professional. I play football. And as a keeper, I can imagine you're getting chucked in. You think one mistake, oh, right, I'm not going to play again. You know what I mean? So there's that hanging over your head. But you can see as it goes on, his confidence is coming. He comes, he claims crosses. That's something Ramsdale don't do. I think
my favorite thing about him
in terms of playing the ball at the back, Ramsdale's good as well. I give him that. He's all right. But sometimes I look at even some of the shots he saves, I'm like, Raya would have done this a bit better, or you know what I mean? And I think he brings more confidence to the defense. And you see it.
He's a calmer head for sure.
You know what I mean? We all play football. When you have a good goalkeeper, you never panic in the back. And you
especially if you're a defender,
You know what I mean? You've seen Arsenal look a lot more assured. And big up to Raya, man. Listen, he's come over and we were a bit sceptical when it happened because it come out the blue as well. But big up to him, man.
You know, I feel with the defense, Gabby and Saliba, I think they feel more confident pass it back to Raya. When you know your goalkeeper's secure, he's going to pass it back to you. You don't hesitate to pass it back. If it's Ramsdale as a keeper that you're not so sure about, you're going to second guess passing it back. Oh, what if they make a mistake? What if they can't handle it? And I think that having their minds ease just a bit more with Raya, it makes it a lot more solid round back. And especially this week alone, of course, Ramsdale made that howler against Brentford, and then Raya's had that great performance last night. I think, unfortunately to say, for Ramsdale, this may have been the final chapter this week. Last night just closed it after seeing Raya save all those penalties like that. And like, don't get me wrong, Ramsdale, he got us to where we are. I think he's a great shot stopper. I think he's probably even a better shot stopper on the pitch than Raya. But I think Raya's more composed. He brings more confidence to the back line. He's better at penalty shoots. He can claim the ball, and he makes less mistakes. And I think that is what will get him through.
And he makes decisions quicker than Ramsdale, man. Ramsdale goes to the script at times, man.
Yeah, and that's what I think giving Raya the edge over Ramsdale.
When he first came, I can't lie, his face irritated me, innit? You know what I'm saying? And that's nothing to do with football.
That's harsh.
But that's just how it was. And then he came in,
as well. I don't know.
And he had a few shaky mistakes, yeah, and then you could tell it took him a minute to get up to speed with how we play, the speed of play and how we want to play. And now seems like he's relaxed into his role, settled, and he's showing that his ceiling is higher as well. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that with Raya, man. I think with Raya, with me, as you lot have alluded to, I think, you know, obviously we're not Mikel or Arteta, we're just football fans, you know. It didn't look like we needed a keeper. Obviously, Ramsdale, PFA nominations, clean sheets, you know, as Rack said, he got us to this period. But I guess Arteta has to make difficult decisions. And if it's just marginal improvements, then we need to do that. I feel Arteta didn't anticipate the kind of circus, and I think he didn't necessarily learn from the Leno Ramsdale thing when he initially brought in Ramsdale. And I think maybe even Ramsdale's a bit naive because that happened for you, it can happen to you. But I think it was just a circus. What I would say with Raya, though, nobody really, it's disrespectful to Ramsdale, but nobody really cares. It felt at point this season, anything Ramsdale or Raya did, you know, Arsenal fans had their camps and were making their decisions. So long may it continue from David Raya, man. I wanted to ask you lot on Kai Havertz then, man. Where are we at with Kai Havertz? I think he did well yesterday. He did nothing amazing per se, but he's doing his thing. And I know certain man on the panel has said we don't need a striker. I don't know about that, but I just want to hear some thoughts.
I think he did well, man. I think he's doing well. He's better than I thought he was. He's better than I seen him at Chelsea, even though he won Champions League with them. He's just a general all-round, like he's about it, wins 50-50s, headers, hold-up play. He's got a little shot on him, can pass and can play. He's like a utility man, but he's he's got different characteristics of players we've had in the past. Like I can see bits and pieces of different players. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he's been good, man.
Some of our fans have said he could be the next Robin van Persie.
Allow it.
That's a reach.
It's not me.
I wouldn't go that far, but no, definitely Kai Havertz has impressed me, improved a lot from when he's first come here. I like what he done yesterday. That goal that was disliked by Ødegaard, that was all from Kai Havertz getting around Pepe, causing a disturbance to him and the keeper. Of course, he held him to the shirt, which he shouldn't have done. But yeah, little things like that. He gets into the right positions at the right time.
Push the manager as well. Big him up, man.
So did you not think that was a foul? Did you not think that was a foul? That Ødegaard.
You're never getting that in Hackney Marshes or something, man. That's not a foul. Man. If that was the other way around, that goal's standing. I'd hate to be the guy doing that, but if that happened against us, that's standing. Like,
hey, look at Newcastle. Look at Newcastle. St. James's had his hands all over Gabby's back. They called the goal, but for us, no, it's a foul. So I guess it depends on the referee, it depends on the climate. But yeah, Kai Havertz is getting about. He's scoring goals. He's assisting. He's putting up in a link-up play. I don't know if you don't realize, but he's got a bit of a mean streak to him. Look how he pushed up the manager yesterday. Against Newcastle, he's a bit of a bastard. He is, you know, he's got an innocent face, but you know, he's a devil in disguise behind it. So.
That's why Arteta said he's a man that he would take to war. I thought he was gassing him up when he said that a couple of months ago, but I get it now with Kai Havertz.
I get it. He's deviant behind the scenes, but yeah, he's doing all the right things, and that 65 million price tag right about now seeming like a good buy. I don't think none of us can knock it.
So wait, the jury's still out on him then?
It's making Arteta look like a genius, man.
Case closed. Case closed. Bang the gravel.
Right, he put Riz. And I know you've been very passionate about we don't need a striker. Do you still maintain that?
Do I still maintain that? Do you know what? Yeah, I still maintain that because we've got about 6. Hear me out. It sounds wild. We've got Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Ødegaard, Saka, Rice. All these guys score goals. All these guys can get at the end. Trossard, they can finish. All we need is different creatives in the midfield. Bring back Party. We got Jorginho. We got Rice. We got 3 guys that can fish the ball.
I'm kind of with you, man. I'm kind of with you on that.
We've been scoring crazy for the last 3-4 months. Of course, a striker would be great, but I just think it's from the midfield. We switch up the midfield. We switch up the field of playing the build up.
In my opinion.
Yeah, an 8. We get another 8. That's it. We've got the finishers. We don't need any more finishers. We just need to supply the finishers that we got now. That's what I think we need.
Yeah, but go back to the earlier months, the last few months of 2023, we were creating, but not putting it in the back of the net. Surely some would argue we need a striker. And I'd also say, if you sit there in August, who are you betting your life that's going to get a handsome return of goals? For me, it's at this moment in time. I hear what you're saying. We have got goals, but if I had to bet money on someone, it's Saka, because the last 2 years, 3 including this, you've done it. The others, if you do it, I won't be surprised. If you don't do it, I won't be surprised, because I don't have you down as consistent bagsman. I think we need a striker, if not necessarily a striker, another multifunctional attacker, maybe just one more. If you can bring 10, 20 goals to this thing, then fair play.
We got Havertz, and he's got 8 goals and 3 assists in the league so far. So he's kind of filling into that role. He's kind of filling into that. Is he going to keep this up, though? Like, is he going to keep this up? Well, we said last year we had 6 players. Last year we had 6 players that had between 10 and 15 goals and assists. This year we've done the same thing. Who's to say we're not going to do that next season? From the pattern we're playing,
Martinelli's trying to learn to do that. He's taking his goal scoring boots off. Havertz has found it of late, fair enough, but he's not really a goal scorer like that. Even though he's scoring, there's a couple chances. I'm not going to get at a man for missing chances, but he's not clinical. It's only Saka that I'll bet my life is going to bag them goals, man. I would love for you to be right. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong, but because it would be easier. But it's like, I think we need a bagsman, man. I think it will hit different if we get to the latter stages of the champs or must-win Prem games. Even times where we're playing crap, not that that's been too many times, but if we're playing crap and we've got a bagsman, we can just steal some 3 points, man. Like we weren't the best necessarily against Newcastle or against Villa or whatever, but imagine we just had someone that puts the ball in the back of the net. That's like 6 points on the board, and we're laughing even more. I don't look at the league table, as I said, but boy, it would look a lot better than it does now. I'm just saying, I think we need a forward, man, or at least a winger, another attacker.
Yeah, I agree.
Trossard could be that guy. You don't reckon?
I love Trossard, but he's not consistent. There's some games where he's real cold, real cold. When he shows up, like when he come against Liverpool, spam past Van Dijk, put it in the bottom corner, that's class. But there's other times where he may start and you may not know about him until he gets subbed off. So
even until he scored, like he looked a bit stinky yesterday. Apart from, I think he put in a shift defensively, but he looked a bit stinky yesterday as well.
Yeah.
So. It's techie, man. It's techie. Would you say Arsenal are proving the doubters wrong then? Like, because we're top of the table allegedly, we're going through to the champs. Are we proving people wrong? Have we proven them wrong? Is this really a new look Arsenal? Is the jury still out, lads?
100% it's a new look. Definitely new look. Like you look at the team now. I don't know how many people thought would be in this position after what happened last year. I think a lot of people thought last season would just be a one-off. You know what I mean? But I knew, and big up Gooner Lee, he's always got an agenda, yeah. But you see, he's laughing. When we were going after Rice, I said Rice changes everything. And he, you know, certain people.
He was on the Caicedo thing, like a lot of people were, to be fair.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people. But I just felt like with Rice, he was kind of what we missed, the link between the defense and the strike force. You look at us last season or season before, we got counter-attacked too many times. You know what I mean? On the break. But now you kind of look at us, when they're on the break, you're like, oh, Declan's.
You don't even need to see Rice, you just know he's going to deal with it,
yeah. Around,
and then if you get past him, you've got Gabriel and Saliba.
My bad. He's taking the corners nowadays, so my bad. But he's still got Saliba and Gabriel, and I just feel like he just added so much to the team. Obviously, he's still got Partey to come back, Timber. And you're just thinking, when we have that fully fit 11, the opposition are going to struggle to play us because there's so much going on.
Facts.
Rice is here, Rice is there. Where do you play Timber? Right back, left back. Ben White's learning to do this new thing now. Kivior's doing a job. So it's like, I feel like what Arteta was talking about making it. You remember he said he had 55 different ways of playing, and
he always says mad things. Our gaffer,
you know what I mean? But you can see what he means about we can play different ways. And like now with Havertz, second balls when we kick the ball up top, he's always there, as we said you saw yesterday. So I think we're in such a great position in the sense of I will give Arteta one more summer because I'm excited to see what are you going to add to what we currently have to take us from this phase 4 where we are to the next level. And, you know, we talk about striker, we talk about an 8. We could end up getting both. We don't know. But I honestly, I'm so excited for what's coming. And I always said quarterfinals minimum. That showed progression. Now in the league, if we're to fall off and finish 3rd, 4th, I'll be disappointed. Minimum, I'm taking is 2nd. I'm not taking any less than that because that will show me how we have progressed. And then after the summer, we can criticize it next year, but we're good, man. We're in a good place. As I said, ignore them Twitter people. Too many people on Twitter want to get out our club, bro. No, it's annoying. It's annoying. You know what I mean?
We disappointed so many rival fans, man. People were staying up for 3-4 hours to watch us win on pens, man. It's a good night yesterday. It's a good night. Oh man.
What did you not think of Zinchenko in the game? He gave the ball.
Please don't.
He gave the ball away
rusty,
so many times,
man. Rusty, man. But that's Zinchenko to a T, in it, really and truly. Like he's a madman. I still back him though. I can't lie. I still back him. I still think there's a use for him. If Tomiyasu's fit and Timber's fit, I know Zinchenko gives us a lot in midfield, but I just feel like what Rax was saying. If we get 8 and we keep doing this creative thing, I don't think we need to keep leveraging the fact of all of Zinchenko's faults. He gives us a lot in the middle. I think it kind of becomes redundant, but I still think there's a use for Zinni, and I don't think Arteta's ever going to play him as a 10 or an 8, but I think there's a role for him in this squad, really, kind of like he was a squad player at City. I don't think he should be a main guy. I think in hindsight, maybe last year he was a bit of a stopgap. He was just the first introduction to this inverted fullback kind of thing because he was available from City, and now we're looking for someone that's a bit stronger 1v1. But I got time for Zinchenko, man. He's lost his place, but I got time for him, man, personally.
No, I think quite a few players in our squad have lost their place. Of course, Zinchenko, he's going to have to fight for it back because Kiwar's doing his thing. Partey, he's got to fight for his place back like crazy because he's not just walking back in the team. And even now, Jesus ain't just walking back because Havertz is putting in a shift. So I think quite a few of the old boys, they're going to have to step up their game because it's not just a case of walking in anymore because your replacements have kind of surpassed you in a sense. So they're doing their thing. You can't just put them on the bench no more.
The team is just in a rich run of form, man.
And Timber too, flipping out. He's been out for so long now. When he comes back, he's going to be fighting for 2 people to get back into his
Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Jesus is when he got subbed on yesterday, the change was instant. Just the control, like the ball could be up in the air and the touch is immaculate. Other people just baggy touches all over the place. We were pressurized into baggy touches. He just claim it out there. He nearly bagged if the keeper didn't get that knee down. First touch on the ball nearly bagged. So he does. I think he brings another style of play, so I think he'll be a lot easier to win a place back and get more minutes. But the other players you mentioned, I agree with you. Still, it's going to take a minute for them to work their way back into the team.
Do you think we're ever going to see? Go on.
I'll say quick. I think they've been up for so long, like Partey, Zinchenko, and Timber. They've been up for so long. They've got to get back to match fitness. They've got to get sharp again just before they even start competing with the other guys. Whereas Jesus has only been out a month or so. It'll probably be a bit easier for him.
I was going to ask you, look, do any of them come back in for City? Because we've got a week or two until we play that. Do any of them come back in? Do you not think Mikel Arteta will keep the same team or change? Could he be tempted to put in Tomiyasu instead of Kirill? Could Partey come in for Jorginho? Could Jesus start either up front or on the left, man? Do any of them walk back in the team? Not walk back, but do they get back in the team better yet for you? Was it keeping this the same?
I would play Jesus. I would do Jesus.
Me too.
I think the only one I bring in is Jesus. I look at the rest and I think I like this back four thing we've got going. And it reminds me of what City done when they meant business and they went all Akanji, Stones, Diaz, Walker. Like, this is what you need to do. That's the base. So I wouldn't change that. Partey, listen, I think Jorginho will work against Man City. Man City, you need someone that breaks them lines, gets that ball behind Rodri quickly, bang, get it through there. And I think Jesus, he will kind of occupy the back too. Like, he's a chaos guy, isn't it? Like, literally kick the ball up to him. Nah, that's what he does.
Just a madman.
Yeah, I feel like he'll make the difference. And if you have to maybe bring Havertz off the bench or stuff like that, it's a shame. But I think Jesus is needed in this type of game. Like, I feel like the speed he's got as well, because Havertz is a bit languid in his style and he works against certain teams. But I think against Man City, it's got to be. Look what happened in the Emirates game. Same thing. Brought him on, needed a bit of change, bang. You got the assist.
That's a point. That's a good point. I can't lie. I'll probably start Havertz up front and put Jesus off the left, man. I don't know if Martinelli will be back. I don't think Trossard's been amazing in his last two games. Definitely. One love for scoring, but I'm leaning towards Saka, Jesus, and Havertz for City. Obviously, it's a long way from now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Wait, what? You lot got confidence in Kirill away at the Etihad?
You can only go by on man what man's done in these last few games. And obviously, he's looked on form. The whole team's looked on form. You've given me no reason to doubt you as of late. So I'm going to put trust in you. Ben White's looks sharp on the right as well. There's no reason to change it. That's why I would say, even for Man City, even though Jesus is the better player, I would start Havertz just because he's been on so form. The team's clicking, the team's working, everyone's flowing. You seem to find some kind of rhythm that's getting goals. Why change a winning combination when it's continuing to win?
That's also true.
And also, another little issue I got right now. If you look at our bench, how many players did you see on the bench last night that you was like, yeah, cool, let's sub him on because he's gonna make an impact? I think Jesus must have been probably the only one. And also Zinchenko. Other than the Jesus and Zinchenko, there ain't no one else who I was looking at on the bench to be like, yeah, you guys are gonna change.
I don't know why Eddie and Ketia came on, to be fair, but
God.
Like,
I like Eddie, but
like in these Champions League games, when it's the 80th minute, you want to bring someone on to stir something up. Jesus, Zinchenko, Tommy, but other than that, there's no one else who's really gonna party when he's fit. But that's gonna be for what? Maybe another month.
Wishing on a star, man.
There's no one that I'm looking at. There's no one that I'm looking at for experience. So
who do you lot think our strongest left back is then?
What if everyone's fit?
Yeah. Apart from
I ain't got no real evidence to go off, but I'm screaming Timber.
Yeah.
All right. Take Timber out the equation. Take Timber out the equation. If it's Tommy. Yeah, Tommy.
For me.
I'm more likely to bet on Zinchenko than Kirill. I'm not gonna lie, and it's mainly because of my bias to I want to play attacking football. I'm kind of, especially with Declan Rice. I know Zinchenko's gonna go to sleep, but Declan Rice will be there. But if it's on form, Kirill's just a more organic defender, especially because he's not doing this inverted role. It's just a traditional left back role. So at the Etihad, I hear it, innit? I hear it. But I'd rather Tomiyasu against Phil Foden personally. But Tommy's one of them weird ones. He never looks good straight away after an injury. I find him one of them players that he needs a bit of a run before he really starts doing that Tomiyasu stuff. So I can understand if he's on the bench. And likewise, whether I think Kirill is amazing or not, I can understand if he starts because the team is picking itself. And, you know, as you lot have been saying, why change something that isn't broken? I fully agree with that, really. It's techie.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
What have you lot made of Ødegaard as well, man? Because people sit here and say, oh, he's not a big game player. I think it was a true captain's performance yesterday, personally.
So, yeah, Ødegaard had a standout game yesterday. And there was one moment in particular, I think it was like around the 80th or 70th minute. He just took the balls from Jorginho and was like, yo, I'm going to press. Picked up from him, passed the ball through, trying to make something happen. And that's what you want your captain to do. In these games, in the latter stages, you want someone that's just going to take the ball and be like, I'm taking responsibility. I'm going to drive this forward. Come on, guys, let's keep on making attacks. Of course, we didn't score from there, but it's good to know that he's trying to get the team going, trying to rile the team up when he might want to sit on the back foot. Huh?
He's puffing out his chest.
Yeah, he's puffing out his chest. He's saying, let's go for it. So, yeah, I liked what he done yesterday. Of course, he got that mad assist yesterday for Trossard, looped it through like 3 guys, just trademark Ødegaard. So, yeah, I think he had a good game yesterday. I can't fault him.
Facts. What you man got to say in relation to Ødegaard, man?
Yeah, big game from him. I feel like, he had them couple of games where we were all doubting him. We were like, oh.
Nah, I've never doubted him, I've been wrong about Trossard, Kiri or Havertz. Ødegaard, I've backed him from the start.
Man put
I can
right
up the tweet.
Man was like, hey.
No, man. Ødegaard, I'm a Wenger baby. I fell in love with Ødegaard the minute I saw him. It was a tough 6 months at this club. But that's my guy, man.
I feel like, that type of player, not many teams have that type of player now. The one that they're in.
Facts, he's majestic, man.
Nice and silky. And there's always comparison, Maddison. People trying to compare Maddison.
I don't know about Maddison and Buendia and these guys.
Tobes, I'm calling out the Spurs people them now. But no, honestly, he's been fantastic. I feel like when Rice come in, I had this thing of, Rice will take the armband in 2 years' time. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when you look at Ødegaard, he's not that. I just don't see him as a vocal.
He's not a traditional British captain kind of thing.
You know what I mean? But the last couple of games he's been fantastic. And yesterday's game, even just the touches before that goal, I was like, I watched it again. I went, wait, what? And the pass, the measurement of it was fantastic. And I love them type of players. So when I see that performance, I'm like, that's what I want to see more of. But again, the season's not done yet. I want to see more of this. We've got Man City next. Do it in that game. These big games are the ones where it's like, you're our captain. We want not a one-off. I want Man City away. Go do 2 assists, win us that game, and then we're really talking you. But no, he's been good. Like you said, he's been class from when he come. And I think with him, it's been hard because he had that name about him when he was younger. You know what I mean? 15, 16-year-old, what was it? Real Sociedad, was it? I think. When he was
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid or whatever. So, yeah, it's just one of them ones where I feel like now he's finally getting the credit he deserves. And fantastic player, man. He would get more credit if he was at another club, 100%.
Oh, definitely.
100%. He's one of the only players, I think, from Arsenal starts at City, man.
Yeah.
I think he gets in the City team.
He's
$1,000,000%.
He'll always be one of the first to select in it for Arteta.
Yeah.
Like Ødegaard, like straight away without even thinking about it. He's there. Saka's one of them. Rice is one of them. Gabi and Saliba's one of them. And integral to our style of play, man. Without that, dropping deep, sending it the other way.
Seeing that more this season, the dropping deep Ødegaard stuff, man.
Yeah. But I think he literally, we won't operate the same without him. It won't look the same. We won't be getting the numbers we get, the goals he scores.
His involvements as well, man. He doesn't always get the assists, but he's never far from the crime scene, in my opinion.
Exactly.
To be fair, Havertz as well.
And he's a great captain to have. Like I get the old English championship style. You know what I mean? Smash into man, I'm the captain and that.
Fact.
That's all good, but you ain't looking to that Don for like, you know what I mean? Direction. You're not looking for him for like, oh, nah, he's not. Ødegaard never looks shook, innit? You know what I mean? He always looks like he's ready for the battle.
He's always doing that, saying press. And all
that. He's always calling the ball. He's never hiding. His touch is immaculate. Like, that's what you want your captain to be. You know what I mean? Someone that's elite. And I feel like he's elite.
Just a quick one, sorry, before we move on. I feel like the reason why it works is when you have Jorginho and Rice, I think he knows that he can kind of have a bit more of a license.
He can gamble a bit more.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He can
There were times early in the season where he was a bit too far back towards our own goal, and I was like, we're losing something here. You know what I mean? Like trying to link up at the top with Saka. But yeah, as soon as you push him forward, and that's where he should be. That's his role. That's his position. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think as long as he stays there, we're in good hands, man. Honestly,
wasn't that when Havertz was playing? They put Havertz in attacking midfield. Then he had to come a bit more
forward. I was about to say that. Yeah,
because they knew
I'm a fan of Havertz up front because you're out. You're not involved in that.
Yeah. Havertz centre forward works.
So yeah, man. My last question for you lot then, yeah. Obviously the season's not done, but we've seen 28 game weeks and you can add in the champs and all the others. Who would you lot say is your player of the season so far? Because I always find this interesting with Arsenal fans.
That's a tough one, man.
For the whole league.
No, for us.
Magalhaes, Gabriel's got to get a mention. He's got to get a mention, man. Gabriel Magalhaes, man.
Thank you.
What I'm saying?
Because I think the obvious. Oh, go on.
No, carry on, bro.
I think the obvious answer most fans will probably give is Rice, but then it's kind of hard because you take attention away from all the others. Gabriel's bagged a few goals. He's bagged a few goals. Clean sheets.
He saved Saliba as well, but no one wants to talk about it.
He saved Saliba. People keep thinking Saliba saving Gab saving Saliba.
All the way around, man. Saliba showed his age yesterday for the first time, really, in my opinion. I'm not dissing him. It's just it is what it is. I'll give it Gabriel, man. between Gabriel and Rice for me. I think Saka as well, but I kind of mark Saka down because it feels like he's not playing to his best. But then you look at the numbers, you can't mitigate against that really. I'll give it Gabriel, man, especially from the start of the season as well, because I think in hindsight, when he was on the bench, his head must have been turned by some sort of interest in some sort of club. And I think he kind of alluded to it in an interview recently, but Gabriel's gone from strength to strength. And I would say he's one of Mikel Arteta's most important signings, if I'm honest, man. And I think he doesn't get his credit for that. I think him, Ødegaard, probably in hindsight, Rice, I think they're all up there, man. They're all linchpins in Arteta's system, man. So I'll give it Gabriel. So we got 2 Gabriel votes. Who else we got?
I think I'm the same. I think what you were saying about Rice, I feel Rice had a couple of off games when he first come in, but again, like you said with Gabriel, I was a bit concerned when he was on the bench, how we react after that. And I'm Saliba's biggest fan, we all know. But I've got to give it to Gabriel. I feel like with Gabriel, he cut out a lot of bozo moments. You know, remember when he first come, you'd be like, oh, when he's going to make that one error that's going to cost us the game. But I don't think this season, you can't really look at him and be like, he's really done it. And going the other way, the headers, like, it's no coincidence that he's scoring these goals. Look at the goal against West Ham. He was telling Rice, listen, just in that area here, I got you.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? So I feel, again, I don't think he gets credit because he's more the rugged one amongst the two at the back.
He's an ugly defender in a nice way.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Do you know what?
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, when he was having his bozo moments, he was surrounded by Rob Holding and all them, man. With Saliba, he ain't made a mistake. You know what I mean? Like literally, he's looked like the older. He looked like the big bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. And I think, I would say Gabriel. And I just want to touch on it. I don't know if you guys saw it where Gabriel and Saliba did their interview, and then they were talking about
kind of boying Rob Holding on the slide. Yeah. Them man are shady still. Them man are very
without
shady.
saying his name.
Bro,
without saying his name, just done
true.
him.
And I feel
It's
for
true.
Gabriel because Gabriel had to go through that as well. So now for me, you're right. I think I'll give it to Gabriel. After Gabriel, then Rice, definitely. Yeah.
Fair enough. Rax, who you going with, man?
I don't want to sound generic, but Rice. I'm gonna go for Rice just because since coming, not saying that Gab's not done his thing, he's changed the dynamic of the team so much. He's added so much to the midfield, defends, scores goals. He's had some clutch goals. Luton, for example, always getting in the mix. That banger against West Ham. How many man of the match performances?
The Chelsea one as well gets forgotten about, man.
The Chelsea one, yeah.
United at home.
Like, Gab definitely deserves these flowers because Rice gets enough, but I think I might just sway on the Rice just because he's come in and made that much of a difference that quickly, that consistently. And as well, Gab and Rice, I don't think they've been injured. Obviously, Gab missed the first couple of games.
Let's not jinx it, but you're right. You're right.
Rice was the only one was half-time Tottenham. He come off of his back.
Yeah.
Even Ødegaard have like in December he had like a couple games off.
I think he had a concussion. Saka was out for City as well.
Yeah.
But that's why it's so good for us right now.
Let me touch wood because you know Arsenal, bro. Pause. You know let me touch all the wood, bro.
Pause,
that's crazy.
oh God, you man.
That's crazy. I couldn't ignore that one. That's crazy.
Oh, come on, bro.
You said it twice with too much passion.
I was thinking, why is no one agreeing with me? You man are like.
No, I agreed with you, but just not the way you put it.
I knew I got wood here. Let me shut up, innit? Carry on.
On that note, let people know where they can find you, man, as well, man. Again, people listening to this on the replay, it's all in the descriptions, but yeah, it's better to hear it from the horse's mouths, man. Let people know they can find you.
Hey, let me stop laughing.
Let me I need to be professional.
Clip this part out. Listen, Back of the Net podcast. I'm on Twitter, Insta, TikTok, all of that. Listen, big up DG for having us on. Big up everyone else.
Thank you for you lot coming on,
everyone else on the panel. But yeah, come follow me, subscribe to my YouTube, rack it up for me, help me, jump up, get some more subscribers. But yeah, big up, man. Come on.
Who else, man? Come on, don't be shy, man. Let people know the socials, lads, man.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, find me on Twitter, Rack Story. Yeah, man, shout out to DG, get him on again. Football minds, all of us. Yeah, man.
Come on.
More time, it's more time. I'm the Monk, and I'll big up DG every time. Best show on YouTube. You know what it is. Make sure you subscribe.
Jumping on thing, man.
You know what I mean? And subscribe to the other Donnies here as well, man. You know what I mean? Great football content. So let's go.
Exactly, people. So with that being said, people, let us know you lot's thoughts, whether you agree, disagree, who your player of the season would be, etc. We've covered a lot of points. So yeah, I'm sure you lot will pick up on a couple things I haven't said. I'm going to let the Mandem get out of here. I've got 5 aside. Mandem, as usual, one love for jumping on the channel. Hopefully the good times remain.
Salute,
Peace.
salute.
Peace.
Chief.
There's always just that active red flag defending.
I think it's like